So, welcome back to Value Chains Minutes. This is Andy Brisley, and we've been speaking with Shane Hellsten about the make to order and attribute based planning solutions that Apps Associates has developed. And in the past sessions, we've talked about the general concepts and how the two components will work together to add value. In this session, we're going to concentrate and talk about what some of those prerequisites that companies need to have to make this solution work. So, Shane, if you could explain that, that would be great.
Perfect. Thanks again, Andy, for having me. Yeah, there are a few prerequisites. So first of all, you need to have licensed the supply chain planning module in your Oracle footprint because that's where the attribute-based planning engine takes place. Then you'll need inventory, of course, manufacturing if you're doing manufacturing, and order management to do the back-to-back flows to initiate that initial customer assignment to the sales order. There's some setup involved, of course, in supply planning to enable it, which basically you're creating netting rules and telling it which attributes are important for netting and striping of the supplies and demands with it. So typically, companies would be striping various types of supplies with these attributes. So if you're doing manufacturing, you'd be striping your work orders with these. If your transfer orders and purchasing is a big part of this, of course, and you can stripe those documents with these attributes. But this is very useful for make to order style manufacturing where you can track your customer information or other types of information that are associated with those attributes represented across multiple levels of multiple echelons of the supply chain. So this, and what I mean by that is across inventory organizations, across multiple levels of manufacturing through work in process sub-assemblies and all the way through to procurement. Now, once you've got everything set up, every inventory transaction from start to finish, you can tag these with these custom attributes. And we're talking, everything from requisitions to purchase orders, transfer orders, and sales orders. Just about every supply chain event can be striped with this attribute for traceability and execution. Okay. So this typically, sometimes you'll be using regular fields such as things like country of origin within Oracle, but then you can also set up descriptive flex fields to track custom proprietary to attributes to your business, and those will go along for the striping of the supply and demand documents as well.
In my experience, and I'm sure in your experience, you run across multiple companies that may be building to stock and then make to order, or they have a hybrid model. Can this support that hybrid model?
Yes, that's a great question. So you can absolutely control where you want the striping of supplies and demands to be basically at a stopping point. So you can control where I call it the supply chain train stops. So if you think about it, imagine you manufacture some components to a certain stocking level, which I like to think about as a manufacturing postponement strategy that allows you to not have to fully manufacture all the components, but only when you want to stock, only if you want to create certain finished goods as make to order, but then perhaps certain whip sub assemblies you would stop. So that gives companies a lot of flexibility to quickly respond to demands while simultaneously maximizing customer service commitments without having to carry excess inventory or only particular chosen inventory points within the manufacturing process. So only some of your manufacturing can be striped with the specific attributes, and as a manufacturing company or distribution company, you can basically stop where you want that.
Well, thanks for that brief explanation, Shane, and thanks for the recap of the prerequisites as well as highlighting some of that flexibility the combined solutions can provide. So, in the future sessions, we'll be discussing what type of industries or companies can gain benefit from these solutions. So, again, please provide any feedback on these sessions and don't forget to sign up for our YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, Shane, and we'll talk to you next time.